Hey everybody, it's me, Alicia, and it's Wednesday, and welcome to my stream in my new workshop. I've been excited all week. I came here on Monday, telling you that I've been talking about moving into this workshop space for the last 6 months, and now that I'm finally here, I can't believe it, so I'm sort of freaking out and overexcited too. How are you? How's everybody? We're going to see everybody, blah, 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 fixing something. What's up? Oh, wait. We're waiting for the signals to come up so that I can see what you guys are saying, because I don't want to stand here talking to myself while I'm ignoring you. I'm going to do that. Oh, good. Yeah, what's up? This is really weird, though, because I'm streaming not only from Facebook, but also to Twitch. And for those of you who don't know what Twitch is, which is going to scare me a little bit. But Twitch is a game streaming, live streaming platform, but they also have another section where you can sort of stream like real life stuff. And my purpose in life is to make weird things out of stuff in my house, usually costume related, but every now and again I'll make something weird. Like in December, I made that big doll wreath. Do you guys remember that? My friend Brianna came over, we made a wreath, like a beautiful, beautiful, lovely decoration that was made from decapitated doll heads. And then we sold it on Etsy, and we donated most of the proceeds to one of my favorite charities, which is called Starkey Hearing, because I've absolutely no hearing. So my favorite charities tend to be ones that are very close and dear to my heart. Starkey Hearing Foundation, etc. Oh, there we are. What's up, Winston? We have Winston, Timothy, and Timothy. Wait a minute. Someone's got to take a picture of that. Do you see that? Nicholas, Javon, what's up? Cross-streaming, that's what it is. Hey, I'm just not seeing your comments, so I see you. I wasn't ignoring you. What's up? Today is Wicked Weird Wednesday. So, Abraham, cooking was on Tuesdays. Azriel, what's up? Cooking was on Tuesdays. And if we cook, it has to be at my house. So, you didn't like the wreath? The wreath was good. We'll talk about that, actually. Let me get my pen. Let me write it down. You guys, I really don't mind you guys telling. Oh, the wreath. You like the wreath? I think someone in one of our Life Squad members actually was the person who adopted the wreath. It was like about this big, and it was made from decapitated doll heads. So it was like perfectly with theme of our Wednesday stream. Later on at about 5:40, because I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be, love you too, hi Patrice, what's up? What's up? Yes, at about 5:40, I have 3 stories. William, how's Antarctica? I have still not forgiven you for, joking me. I literally thought you lived in Antarctica. That's how stupid I can be. I know, I love you guys too. So today I have 3 stories for you. They're short, don't freak out. I actually like the fact that those of you who come into the stream on Wednesdays are a little bit more different than most people, because you don't mind the content that we share on Wednesdays. All right, so I'm standing here today because, as you know, I've decided for Anime Expo to do Jinx from League of Legends instead of Sejuani. And for the last 3 months, I've been talking about doing Sejuani because she's a tank and she's a baddie and she's amazing and she can flex. And like most of my favorite cosplays, I like to be able to walk around a convention flexing. Is that a problem for anybody? Yes, whatever. Why? Is it because you like the movie The Thing? Do you like the movie The Thing? Seriously. That's one of the best movies ever. If you've not seen The Thing, then I'm messing up on stuff on the floor. If you've not seen that movie, you're out of your mind. One of my favorite scary movies is The Babadook. That's another one that I recommend everybody in the live stream and live squad actually take a moment to watch. The Babadook is on Netflix. Other ones that are really good, Lovely Molly is really good. Earlier, Quentin or Randy, one of the two of you brought up the movie The Reef. The Reef, I don't know why we totally segued into scary movies, but whatever. The Reef is actually, I think it's an Australian movie. Did you see The Reef? You guys, I have to introduce you to somebody. She's saying no. Okay, I'll introduce you next time. I have friends rapping me. Flex is good. Hi, Randy. What's up? The Reef is actually about... I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to freak you out, and I also don't want to spoil it. Hi, Aaron. What's up? You know natural horror stories? Do you know what I mean by a natural horror story? A person can't control the natural circumstances around him. That's the most vague way I can describe that movie for you, but The Reef is good. You'll never want to go swimming again. It reminds me sort of that movie 45 Feet Down, 45 something down, and it stars Mandy Moore. Ugh. I remember a few streams ago we were talking about things that people are afraid of, and somebody sort of, clowns from outer space. Pennywise, you know, I hate clowns. I loathe them. But for some reason, I'm obsessed with Pennywise, and I think it's because he's a troll, and I'm a natural troll of a person. And this is probably why I don't mind trolls so much, because I tend to be a troll too. What's up, Quentin? What's up? Devin, what's up? But a few streams ago, I think it probably was Wednesday, we were talking about like things people are afraid of. And somebody said that I mentioned that I was afraid of aliens. Do you like it? It's like Scary Mickey. I am cos-bounding today as Terkaby from Rainbow Six. The Siege, Operation White Noise. Do you remember I posted it on my Facebook page where I was climbing down a building? This is the hair I had. So I'm cos-bounding today. Not really in cosplay. Hi, George, how are you? Not really in cosplay, but sort of kind of send it. Regarding like things I'm afraid of, like I'm not really, yeah, the reef could be real, and I think that's why it's so scary to people, that people see that, and they're like, they could see that sort of happening. It's kind of a nightmare. My fears range from spiders to human beings. Wait, that's not what I mean. I'm not afraid of, what are you guys afraid of? What are you afraid of? Everybody's afraid of something. Don't lie to me. Hey, what's up? How are you? I'm not scared of ghosts because the scientist in me is like, from Saturday Night Live. Nuh-uh, I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm not scared of things that don't make sense. Like, hi, Indiana, what's up? I'm not scared of, no fear, Nicholas? Come on. Something, a snake? I need more clutter. Thank you, Timothy, it's coming, don't worry. I'm not scared of aliens. My whole thing with aliens has to do with the fact that if aliens actually come to this planet, we're doomed. We're doomed. Those of us here on planet Earth think that if like anything else that exists in the galaxy, and I'm sure there are, that they're going to be following some prime directive like from Star Trek or something. No, if aliens come to this planet, we're done. That's my fear with aliens. But as far as aliens existing, no, I think it's kind of cool if we were able to discover like life, our definition of life on some other like planet. It's so weird. I just found my Starbucks and all of them shut down. What? Shut down what? The Phantom Menace was horrible. Oh, wait a minute. Shut down what? Shut down what? Wait. Dolls and Heights. I know Rainey doesn't like dolls. Heights? Okay, I get Heights. Give me some more fears. Hey, what's up, Angelina? I'm so proud of you. Hey, Paul. If you're surfing, big furry... I just don't like that spiders, to me, seem like Mother Nature trolling. Like, why would you make something that gross? Which, hey, Zach. I thought your biggest fear was boobs. Were you lying to me? Your biggest fear is tiny humans, both children and little people. You're scared of suffocation, like being buried alive. I think that's called, like, thanophobia. Thanophobia? But it's spelled weird. I'm afraid of failure and failure only. My biggest fear, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, So you know, it's not aliens. It's not even spiders. I don't like spiders. Yeah, I'm scared of them too, but my biggest fear is like humans. And I don't mean like human beings. I mean like maniacs. Because you cannot reason with a maniac. And there are actual maniacs in this world. Ghost, maybe. Monster, maybe. But there are like I grew up in Connecticut, and there was that story of that dude that like broke into those people's house and like killed them, like destroyed it. Like what is that? Maybe Nicholas, you'll morph and fight the aliens. I like to think I would morph too, unless men are like really afraid something happening to your kids. Richard, that's true. That's a legitimate fear. That's why I'm scared of having kids, because it's like these beings that have the ability to actually having my dog walk around outside without me knowing where my dog is at all times would literally make me insane. So I don't know how parents do it. Grizzly bears? Okay, if aliens come, we're not doomed because of how messed up we are. Well, this is the thing. We're assuming that if aliens come, they're thinking prime directive. I just think that my feeling is that if aliens come, it's going to be like Borg. Like, it's going to be like Borg. They're coming because there's a reason, and they're coming to do something or acquire or, yeah, the advancements, etc. Exactly. Anything poisonous and living like snakes? No, Aaron, spiders are gross. I don't like them. And you know what? There's a daddy longlegs like living in like the corner of our garage, and I want to spray him, but I'm afraid that like if I spray him, he's gonna jump out of the web and like somehow land like on me or in like on me. I would strip naked outside. I would not care. If a spider landed on me, all bets are off. I will rip hair out. I will strip butt naked in the middle of the street. Me and spiders, I can't do it. I can't do it. But anyway, I need to find a place really good to hang this up because it's the original Tim Curry Pennywise. It's one of my faves. This was done by artist, bobtheartist.com or Robert James Lewitke. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let me put this over here because I'm creating an ad before I start yapping my head off. I lost my signal, so I can't see what they're saying. But the good news is I'm actually clear. And it makes such a difference for me. Like being able to like see someone broke into Rihanna's. Really, Jevin? Wait. One of your classmates was chopped up by what? I'm glad that we've decided that Wednesday is just the day for mess. Because I don't know if we were talking about mess like every single stream, I think people would be like, okay, I'm not going to that stream anymore. But yeah, it's Wednesday. Feel free to bring the weird and freaky because I'm here for it. If aliens come, Thomas, yeah, I agree. You have 5 kids, Thomas? There was a woman at my house yesterday, and she was with her friend, and they were fixing some stuff in the house. And I was like, oh, I noticed she was pregnant. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, I didn't even know you were pregnant. It's like you popped overnight. She's like, yeah. She's about 30-something, I think. And I said to her, is it your first baby? And she looked at me, and she goes, it's my 7th. And I was like, the 7th what? She was pregnant with her 7th kid. I was like, I don't think I can count that high with regards to kids. I was like, what? Like in that total GIF where the guy is like, it was like the mathematics coming up. I was like, 7? Like you have like a baseball team? Like whoa. Yeah, then she told me the kicker. She has 6 girls and she's hoping for a boy. That's why she's pregnant again. 6 girls. I was like, you guys are broke. You and your husband are broke forever. Right? There are 3 girls in my family, and my parents were like, okay. Everything. No, spiders, no, they won't. They make I know. You know what, Aaron, here's the thing with spiders. I understand what they do in life, and I actually really appreciate the fact that they do eat bugs, but And this is what most people say to me. What? No! This is what most people say to me. Alicia, but you hate bugs. Spiders are responsible for getting rid of many of the bugs that are out there, like mosquitoes and stuff like that. And I'm like, but there's part of me that reminds me of something that when I was younger. One of our neighbors who lived up the street, I grew up in a really small town that was kind of whatever, in Connecticut. One of the neighbors up the street was this dude that lived alone, and he was kind of strange. I'm not going to say his name just in case he's watching. Anyway, he had like this little house like in back. And when I was a little girl, I was kind of fearless, so I would talk to people that were random. And I remember I went up to him, and I was like, why do you have a wooden house in your backyard? It was like a shed type thing. And he goes, it's a bat house. I was like, huh? This is a true story. He kept bats. And I was like, why? And he said, because bats get rid of mosquitoes and bugs and all this other stuff. And I was like, but now you have bats. Now you have bats. You got rid of mosquitoes, but now you have bats. What are you going to do with the bats? Hire some Jabberwocky? The Kraken. Release the Kraken. Now I don't have bats anymore. I love you guys, and this is why I allow you to say nice things about spiders on stream. And this is also why I'm going to bring my friend Diana. You guys know Diana? I know some of you really love Diana. My friend, she's an entomologist, and she studies bugs, and she actually has many, many species of bugs and creepy crawlies living in her house. She adopts out her bugs and spiders for movies and theatrical productions here in Hollywood. And she's great. I love her more than anything. But her pets, man, look, I'm already starting to get, like, freaked out even thinking about it. Do you remember her tarantula, Rose? The one that was like a reddish tarantula, it was like this big, and she put it on me, and I lost it, and so the spider shot hairs on me and gave me a rash for like a week. Yeah, I'm still in therapy for that. That does, with 4 dogs for, wait, that's a whole 7 kids is a good tax return. I just don't know. I don't know how do you juggle 7? I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, but I will say this. That's Mother Earth for you. It is. It's Mother Earth for you. And that's what you think. Dogs. I have 1 dog. I'd have more dogs if I could, but I don't have enough space. Dogs, you need a lot of space. Sometimes, depending on the breed. I don't want to know about spiders eating birds. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, in Australia, because a lot of things down there haven't really evolved yet, they tend to have spiders and other things that are just very, very, very big, huge, big. So spiders that stay on the side of a house, waiting for a bird? No. No, I would be done. I'd be like, I would find the flat Earth people, and I'd be like, show me the edge. I'm jumping off. What? Bats are cute, but I just remember when I was younger, them kind of flying really close to your head. You'd be like walking outside in the dark and be doing this. Bats have diseases, no thanks. I don't know. What's up, Incredible Sausage? How are you? I'm new to Twitch. So, I mean, I'm lying. I'm not new to Twitch. I'm new to my channel on Twitch. I used to stream on Twin Galaxies page because I used to play games over there, but I haven't in a while. So I decided to just launch on IRL and do my own stuff. You remember Diana? You love Diana, not her bugs? I love Diana. How I feel about her bugs is I really like the idea. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me. I really like the idea of conquering fears. I have weird friends because I'm weird, but at least I own it. One thing if I was weird, and I know I do. Well, when I think about her scorpions, I'm like this. And then it's so funny because do you remember I had Jen on once? I had Diana over with all of her bugs. And then Jen came on, what's up, Sean? What's up? What's up? What's up? What? No. Jen came over. I forced Jen to come over. And Diana took one of the spiders that looks like, it has like a middle, like centrifugal body, but then the legs are kind of like, hi, Shoes, how are you? The legs are kind of like this, right? Like the legs kind of go up like this, but there's 8 of them. And Jen was like sitting in the chair like this on stream. And I was like, and Jen was like, and I was like this. And Jen was like, and Diane was behind us with a container of the devil and came over and I'm watching on stream and Jen is just like, and I'm seeing on camera when she opened the container, that spider that's like this, boing out of the container onto Jen's back. And I sat there like this. And Diana was like trying to get it off Jen's back. She was like, and Jen's like, and I was like, Jen, don't move. Jen was like, why? I was like, just don't move. And Diana was like, trying to get it back into the container. The spider was either scared or nervous because it was like trying to get away. It was the poor thing, as much as I hate spiders, was trying to get away from us. And Jen was just sitting there like this. Why? Why didn't I was like, just don't move. That's like my nightmare. Do you understand me? My nightmare. What's up? All right, before I start talking you guys' ear off and completely get out of schedule, in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm supposed to read creepy reads, and I have not gotten to the things I'm supposed to talk to you guys about. I need 3 hours to talk to you guys. That's actually a really bad idea. Don't give me ideas. That's a bad idea. But the scary thing is I could probably talk for 12 hours to you guys and not stop. That's a really scary, what's wrong with me? I'm seriously asking, what's wrong with me? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, Anime Expo is the beginning of July. And it's 4 days long. And I'm going to be there for 3 days, and I'm going to be working with a really amazing company. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but I wanted to let you guys know right now, today, before everybody else, what cosplays I'm bringing to Anime Expo. I know LaShonda is going to be there. I know Erin's going to be there. Brianna's going to be there, too. And if I can drag Brianna to the studio next week, I'm going to see if you can do it. Brianna, let me know if you can be on stream with me next week, one of these days, either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Coming with the madness that is me. All right, Friday of Anime Expo, I'm going to be Crimson Viper from Street Fighter. I only did Crimson Viper once, and I love Sea Viper. Don't you laugh at me. I love Crimson Viper. I love being her. What I hated, hey Richard, was how heavy that pompadour wig I made was. But I loved being Crimson Viper. I just sweated my butt off at Palm Springs Comic-Con because I had that jacket on, and it was 107 degrees outside. So it was like being in full Hades. Yo, Dustin, sup? Do you say your last name like Bjorkland? That's cool. No, I'm not just killing the spider. Thank you, Michael. Well, Jen was mentally current. Jen actually told me, Angelina, I'm never coming back on your stream with your friend Diana and her pets. Because I was the one that said, Jen, you'll be fine. Nothing's going to happen to you. And then her worst nightmare happens. A spider jumps out of the container onto her back. And then, you don't understand, I'm sitting next to Jen like this. So Jen's looking at the stream and seeing me looking at her like this. And the spider's like, I'm still traumatized because I don't like seeing them crawl. Yeah, we do need Cookie back. Cookie is actually my fitness friend. For those of you who weren't here last year at all, Cookie is a booty queen. She does all the booty work stuff, like to help to plus and push up your booty workout stuff. She's kind of a booty queen, so I'll bring her back too when we do a fitness day. All right. Saturday of Anime Expo, I'm going to be Jinx from League of Legends. Spiders, I don't want to know that. I honestly can't know that. Jinx. And I'm really excited about Jinx. What I'm not excited about is the build. The build for fish bones. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to make this thing. Fish bones, she has 3 major weapons, Jinx does. She has this sort of rocket launcher thing that's called fish bones. Basically, Jinx blows stuff up. That's all she does. Then she has like this sort of cannon. No, this is a cannon. This is a rocket launcher, and it's called Pow Pow. And it has like little bunny ears. But I'm not going to make that one because I can't walk around with all this apparatus. The other one is Zap, and it's like a small gun that goes in her hip, and I might affect that, but I'm definitely going to make fish bones, and it's going to take me a long time to make it, but it has to be done in time for AX January 1st. I wanted to show you guys this, because this, if you guys could show them what fish bones looks like again, that is the rocket launcher. And this is where I'm going to start. This is a PVC pipe that I bought from Home Depot. Everything's going to be built onto this pipe, including the head, the tail, and I'm going to make it out of foam, but I'm going to make it with foam and warbler mix. I'm going to do as much as I can on stream. A lot of it does depend on toxicity, because here in the workshop, they don't allow me to use extremely toxic chemicals because there's no way to ventilate it. And if I do it at home, I can ventilate some of that stuff outside, but here, it will end up killing people. And I can't really kill people at the workshop, unfortunately. All right, Sunday, and this is a new one. I'm really excited. Sunday of Anime Expo is going to be Classic Sonya Blade for Mortal Kombat. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. One of my reasons for doing Sonya Blade is because I like military aesthetic in cosplay. I like the fact that it's a comfortable cosplay. I like Sonya Blade because she's special forces, and that's amazing. I can't take it. Thank you. So good. And so I've only done one version of Sonya, so this will be my second version. Classic Sonya from the 90s in her aerobic gear. I'm doing that Sunday at AX. So, yay. Thank you, Benny. I'm excited. Blah, 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 blah. So if any of you are going to Anime Expo, as the day gets closer, I will tell you like my schedule so we'll know where to find each other. And if you are around, we can make sure that we at least cross paths in some way, somehow. Oh, one thing I wanted to thank you guys for, by the way. Yeah, there is a 60-second delay, about 45 seconds. Is I posted a couple days ago, You feel bad for Jen? You did? We were, I remember. Last week, the Cartoon Network released early preliminary artwork for the new Thundercats animated series. The internet blew up because we already know that fandoms, and we know this as fans ourselves. Hi, Trevor. We know fandoms are always waiting with the pitchforks. Whenever someone says they're ready to like bring something back to life, fans are like this. We're ready too. Hi, Nia, what's up? So Cartoon Network is going to be bringing Thundercats back. Well, the internet blew up, said, what is this Steven Universe mess? Blah, blah, blah. This is crazy. Flipped out, said, no way. One of the storyboard artists responded to all of the controversy on Twitter, saying, she clapped back. She was like, look, if you're going to complain about cartoons being made, quit sending death threats, and you create a cartoon and pitch it, get on TV, and then watch everyone try to tear you apart for making something you love. Now, one of the most interesting things about that argument is, yeah, she's right. Maybe the death threats are inappropriate, et cetera, et cetera. But I think what most people did not really had issue with was the fact that it isn't as easy as putting a cartoon like on air. Kind of adapting an existing IP and changing it. You kind of, as an artist, believe me, I know, as artists, we are so sensitive. We are like so sensitive. We're like, you didn't like the way I did this, you didn't like the way I painted it. We're very sensitive people. Creatives are sensitive people. But you have to know that if you're going to make something, anything, creative, and you're going to put it out there for the public, you have to know not everything coming back is going to be pretty. And I actually say this to people who are like, oh, I want to cosplay, but I'm afraid everyone's going to make fun of me or laugh at me. And I'm like this, then don't do anything ever. If you do anything in this world and you decide to share it with people, you have to know that the good is going to come in, but then also the CRAP is going to come in, all of it. And trust me, the fact that when I tell people that I get like mega trolls in my inbox and people telling me to kill myself and all this other stuff, people are always surprised. And I'm always like, what are you surprised about? You think everything that people tell me is like, I'm so amazing and beautiful and all this other stuff? No. A big chunk of it is telling me to like jump off the side of the earth. And you just kind of have to learn to just let everything roll off your shoulder. Don't kill the workshoppers. What do you mean the workshoppers? Tristan, how are you? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, if you want to see where I'm starting from for Fishbone, I'm going to cover it with, this is one of the, my thing is still warped, one of the staples of every cosplayer's like workshop, table, crafting area. It's Evafoam. Now this is flat Evafoam. See? It's like flat. Evafoam comes in like this thin to like this thick. Most of the time, cosplayers will use this thick because you can layer it, and then when you coat it, it can become like hard depending on what you prime it with. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys from start to finish this mess. Trust me, I'm worried. Most of my cosplays are trial and error. I'm not a professional prop maker. I'm the person that just sees something and is like, I want to make it. And then when it ends up being okay, I'm like surprised too, trust me. Most of the time I see my cosplays and I'm like, oh wow, that worked. So for the rest of this week and next week, I'm going to be working on the base of this. Probably mostly, I'll do more Friday with this. I'll have this at home, and Friday we'll do something in my kitchen. And then over the weekend, and then next week as well. And then next week, I'm going to try to drag Brianna on stream as well, which will be awesome. Wes Craven is a horror god, Nicholas. Yes, he is. There's a lot. There's actually, I'm trying to think who else is really sort of, wait. Oh, thank you, Barry. Thank you. I'm nervous about this. I already have Jinx's outfit, which is why I'm doing Jinx. because my time started running out. So building Sejuani was just an impossibility. I need to be able to bring my cosplays like how I want them. Hi, Guillermo. But Jinx, I already have the costume. I just need the weapons. So I'm going to make the weapons myself. And I'm going to test what I can do. Poor thundercats. Oh, you guys. They're making fun of. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You don't like it? A lot of people didn't. I saw your comments, and I was like, yes, so this isn't going very well, is it? Anyway, the other thing about Wednesdays I wanted to bring up, being in my new workshop, is that I have to stick to my schedule because you guys know I go over way too much. I have to stick to my, said horrible, Michael said horrible. Anyway, so I'm sticking to my schedule. It is 5:40. It's Wednesday. 2 days have gone by. There are 2 days left in the week. I want you to let all the stress and pressure of the week just roll up your shoulders. And inhale up. Are you inhaling? And down. And inhale up. And down. Grab your loved ones, your jammies, and your corgis, because it's time for creepy reads. This is actually an easy way to make something fun for your kids. Someone said, wait, what? The best way to do this is if you get a doll and if you paint it. I actually messed it up because I ripped her head off, but you don't really have to rip their head off, and then you can actually retie it. Just get some zip ties and you're all set. I drilled a hole in the back of her head with my rotary tool. Just a rotary tool, like a Dremel. And you can actually put an LED. You can put an LED like in there. I drilled a hole in her mouth too. This is just a disc light. I actually just opened up, like cut open her body to make this easier. And then, oh my gosh, your kids will love this. This is how you too can have friends and be a great parent. Johnny Bravo? Where did that come from? I love that I'm like, whatever. Thank you, Brianna. It's hard. Trust me, one thing I want to say is, I know that it's not easy to ignore the things that people say about you. Because I know, believe me, I'm human. When I see some things, I'm like this. Some things will trigger me too, and I'm like, well, crap. And it makes you scared to do something. Never, ever, ever, ever let what someone that you don't know, doesn't pay your bills, and there's no real bearing on your life, as it is, what they say affects what you do. I don't care what they say. Get upset about it for 5 seconds, delete them, get rid of it, or just forget it. Oh, hey, what's up? I know, I am a freak show. Do you like my Duckavy hair? Talking on Twitch, what's up? All right, so I have 3 short stories for you. Guess what? I'm going to start bringing one of my Hempstead dolls with me every time we do creepy reads, because I know if we're here every Wednesday, you guys are going to start, hey, Desmond, you're going to start missing the babies. I'll start bringing them. I'll start bringing them on Wednesdays. I know, I do. I'm going to start building my fish bones, I promise. I think I'm just really excited because I just got here. So I'm just excited to be here, so I can't shut up. But I promise I'm going to start making fish bones. I have to. I have no choice. Okay. Man lives in a sunlit world that he believes to be reality. But there is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. Your mom! The first story I have for you today is called The Robot. And those of you who've been in the stream, I think I may have read this at the end of last year, and then I lost this story. I don't even know where I got it, but I lost this story, but I found it. So I'm excited, because the story actually kind of creeped me out, but a good way. You know what I'm saying? I have a son that I love with all my heart. But even though he is 5 years old, he still does not speak a word. I hate when people refer to my son as dumb. He's an intelligent boy, but he has a problem. You see, when he was a baby, my son had a serious illness. He did recover from the disease, but he still never learned to speak and acted like he never wanted to. My wife and I took him to several psychologists and therapists, but still, nothing could get him to speak. So we just spent a lot of time with him. We would talk to him, we would encourage him, trying to get him to speak, say anything to us, but still nothing. One day, I was walking in a toy store, and something on one of the shelves caught my eye. It was a robot, a little small, talking robot. I decided to buy it for my son because, well, it was a talking robot. Maybe it'll help him speak. When my son opened the box, he was excited. And that made it all worth it. He hugged me. And there's something I wanted to mention. He does make really high-pitched, like squeaking sounds. Like when he really likes something, my son will go, yeah, even though he doesn't talk. We can still tell when he likes something because he makes those high-pitched squeaking sounds. So that's what he did when I gave him the robot. He started squeaking. He was so excited. I pulled the string on the robot, and I showed him how the robot would talk, and the robot started talking. My son fell in love with that toy. He brought it with him everywhere he went. Sometimes at night, I would hear him playing with the robot in the dark. He would pull the string back, and the robot would start talking. But my son would never talk back. One morning, after the robot had been in our family for 2 months, my son came down to breakfast. He sat down at the table in his usual spot, and I put a plate of waffles like right in front of him. He looked at me and said, "I don't like this." I stared at my son for a couple seconds. Did he really just say something? Surprised, I said to him, what did you say? I said, "I don't like waffles." He said in a dull monotone. I rushed over and hugged him. I couldn't believe my son was actually saying something. Tears were streaming down my cheeks. Oh my God, you can talk? You can talk? Oh. I can talk, said my son. How? How did this happen, sweetie? When did you start talking? My son raised his hand and pointed upstairs to his bedroom. It was the robot. The robot gave his power to me. After that, my son began talking every single day. He only says a few words every day, but it's always in that same weird, dull monotone. For some reason, I'm happy, but I'm not. Because there's something different about him. He can't seem to show emotion at all. He never cries. He never smiles. He never hugs me. He talks now. But now, he just sort of sits there. He also never plays with the robot anymore. Yesterday, I went to his room. I found the robot thrown in a corner somewhere, like it didn't matter, like he had discarded it. I picked it up and looked at it. I touched its antique face. I pulled the string for old time's sake. It started making a high-pitched squealing noise, kind of like my son used to make before he started talking. No matter how many times I pull that string, that's all the robot does now. Even though my son doesn't play with the robot anymore, and even though we've since moved away, for some reason, I can't get rid of that robot, ever. Are you guys listening? Make sure that you listen to stories from the beginning all the way to the end, because sometimes the truth is revealed in the beginning of the story. Muah, yeah. What? Oh, wait, we lost signal again. Hi, everything beautiful. How are you? What's up? What's up? I know, I'm doing a couple of reprises because I like some of the old, I actually found some of the old stories that I thought I had lost, so I want to read a couple of them. This one I've read before, too. The last one's new, but this one I've read before, too, only because I like it. Oh, I missed you, too. Hi, Brandy. What's up? This one's really short. It's called The Storage Closet. There was a young, newly married couple named Lena and Michael who lived together in an old house. Michael was an accountant, and Lena was a student at the university. But she was studying to be an interior designer. The young couple loved their old house, and they put a lot of effort into renovating it. The house had this really big living room, and it had a kitchen, and it had 2 bedrooms upstairs. In the hallway, there was this big storage closet where they could put all their stuff, like all of their renovating tools and everything. They just stored everything in that closet. One evening, Lena was preparing dinner. Her husband was in the living room, lying on the couch. All of a sudden, one of the bulbs in the living room started flickering. Crap, her husband said. I have to go find a bulb. I think they're in the storage closet, sweetie. She heard her husband get up. He walked out to the storage cabinet to find a bulb to replace the one that was flickering and had died. I heard Michael searching through all of the junk that we had in there. Sweetie, be careful. I think there's a lot of stuff in there. Be careful. He tripped over something on the ground and fell with a huge crash. Michael, you are so clumsy. I know you just dropped my stuff. I told you to be careful. Whoops, sorry, I'm okay. I'm just stumbling over all your weird tools and junk and stuff. Yeah, well, don't blame me. You're the one who decided to go poking around in my storage closet. Whatever. I'm going to replace the light bulb now. All right. I finished cooking. On Monday morning, when Lena woke up, Michael had already left for work. So she took a shower, got dressed, and hurried off to the university. When she came home that evening, Lena stopped at the front door of the house she realized that she had forgot her keys. Unfortunately, she had also forgotten to bring her cell phone. So she had to wait in front of her house for her husband to come home to let her in. But she waited and waited. Michael never came home. It was getting dark. So Lena was starting to get really frustrated. Like, where is my husband? In frustration, she said, maybe, well, no. So she banged on the door, the front door of her house. All of a sudden, she heard the door handle click open. She walked in the house, and Michael's sitting on the couch in the living room watching TV. You were at home all this time. Michael looked at me and said, yeah, why are you so late? I was sitting on the front porch the whole time. Michael just looked at her and smiled. What are you doing? Are you making something? What's that smell? No. Maybe you left one of the burners on from last night, but I think it's, no. Something's weird. Sweetie, I don't know. I've just been here. I actually took the day off. I got to find that smell. Maybe there's a gas leak. Lena started wandering around the house, sniffing and looking for the smell. The closer she got to the storage cabinet, the stronger the smell became. It was so strong, it made her sick. She walked to the storage closet. She reached out, turned the handle, and opened the door. Lying on the floor of the storage cabinet, surrounded by all of her renovation junk, was her husband, Michael. When he tripped and fell in the closet the day before, something had fallen from the top, hit him on the head, and he was killed instantly. There was already blood starting to dry around his face. Lena just stood there staring in horror, confused. And then realization started setting in. All of a sudden, she heard from the living room, "Sweetie, what are you doing? Did you find the smell?" What? Brian, there are no smiles when I'm trying to be serious. I know that story is actually from December. It's not from last month. It's from December. I lost it. I was so excited when I found it. It's one of my favorite. And yes, Aaron's right. It's for ambiance. This is a brand new story. I hope you guys like it. It's not mine. I know isn't it sad, Candace? Hi, Milan. It made me sad. I was like, but I love it because it's a twist. And some of these stories I find, and Nicholas, yep, the robot's the kid. Oh, okay. You're like, hi, Diana. Yes, I forgot. I did. I need to learn. I'm just slow with ASL. I know who it is. Yeah. This story is called. Last story. This story is called "It Won't Hurt." One night, a bus driver was driving through the night from one town to another. There were a lot of passengers on the bus. Some people were standing because the bus was full. One of them was an old woman who all of a sudden just started screaming, saying, I gotta get off this bus, I have to get off this bus. But they were surrounded by country, and the bus driver felt really weird about dropping an old woman off in the middle of the woods. But she was determined to get off the bus. The driver as she screamed and yelled, the driver said, fine, fine. And he pulled over, and he let the old woman off the bus. The people on the bus watched as she jumped off and walked off into the woods. Confused, passengers were like, are you sure you should leave her? I mean, bus driver's like, nothing I can do. You know, I have a route to finish. So he closed the doors and kept driving. Less than 30 seconds down the road, he saw someone trying to flag the bus down. It was the old woman, and she was running. So the bus driver scraped to a stop and said, and then he noticed she had a little girl with her. The little girl looked scared and pale, and she was shaking from how cold it was outside. The old woman helped the little girl onto the bus and said, I knew I had a feeling. When they got on the bus, people were like, well, you know, are you okay? What were you doing wandering in the forest alone? The little girl said, my mom brought me here. She made me climb a tree, and then she put a rope on my neck. She told me to sit on the tree branch and that she would be back later. And she told me that if I got tired, that I should just jump. And that if I jump, my mommy said it wouldn't hurt. I told her that the rope on my neck really hurt, but she said, when you get tired and when you jump, it won't hurt. And then she told me she'd be back later. But my mom never came back, and I don't know how long ago that was. My mom never came back for me. The passengers were shocked and horrified at this story. They couldn't believe this. They were like, well, thank God, thank God we found you before anything happened to you. This is crazy. The old woman said, when I ran into the forest, I saw her standing there, scared to death. The bus driver decided to take a detour so that they could get the little girl to a doctor to check out to see if she's okay, like if she hurt herself coming out of the tree. They went a few hundred meters to the next bus stop. There was a young woman waiting at that bus stop. The driver was going to keep driving by, but he said, well, let me just pick up this one passenger. He stopped, opened the door, and said, we have to make one quick stop before we go to where you're going, but get on the bus, quick. The young woman got on the bus. As she stepped up the stairs and came into view, the little girl suddenly stood up and said, Mommy, what are you doing here? I jumped, but you told me it wouldn't hurt. Who's dead? It's always a twist. Ah! Guess what? The little girl was already dead, in case you missed it. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know, I promise that I will start making my fish bones. I've just been really excited about being in my new workshop and having this stuff and space and stuff to actually get stuff done. I will be back on Friday around 6 o'clock. But I'll be at home in my kitchen. And then Monday, I'll be back here in the studio, in my studio workshop place. So On Wednesday, never turn down half-time or triple time. Never turn down the money unless it's criminal activity. If it's legal, do it. All right? So I will see you guys on Friday at my house. Thank you for joining me, and have a good night, freaks. Mwah, 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 mwah.